Look, welcome everyone to the first episode of HR Leaders Live. We made it. We're here. It's real. The focus of the show, as you all know, is to really discuss the future of work with today's most innovative and successful people leaders. My name is Chris Rainey. I'm the co-founder of HRD Leaders and the host of the HR Leaders podcast. On today's show, we'll be talking about employee experience.
The concept of it being a moving, breathing organism is exactly what employee experience is about. And to me, employee experience is really the way that an employee interacts with all the different elements of their career workplace. And so it has everything to do with people, and then all the way down to things that impact them on a daily basis.
You know, for me, when I hear about employee engagement versus employee experience, engagement is something you do to somebody. Experience is something you do with somebody. Engagement programs to me all feel very contrived, like, hey, we know what you need. Let us tell you what you need, and we're going to put it in a nice little package and then talk about it, for a week every single calendar year. Whereas we talked about the employee experience being not an event and not something that is tied to a particular day on the calendar. I would view employee experience really is in that collaborative phase. Are you involving the employee? Are you involving the people in the organization in that conversation? If you're doing that, it's an employee experience.
So I think the employee experience is about us letting the employee know that we see them and see them in their entirety, them as human beings and everything, all their talents and gifts and their entire lives, what they have to bring to the table, and being able to translate that in integration with the organization's mission and values and culture. In the past few years, we've seen also, you think about the most important people for an organization, it's our customers and it's really our employees. And on the customer side, we've seen a shift from customer engagement to customer experience, and talk about the life cycle of a customer. Whatever we're thinking about there, we can also translate to the employee experience and thinking about the entire life cycle of the employee.
And should we be measuring employee experience, or how do we measure employee experience?
I think I'd argue that employee experience is measured by many of the things that we measure as an organization. So when you start to look at any of the metrics that companies look at regarding their employee population, turnover, retention, high potential development plans, these are all factors that I think connect directly to employee experience.
One strong correlation between employee engagement and their relationship with the organization is actually their friendships at work. And that is not the responsibility of the organization. That's the responsibility of everybody else in the organization.
I think that was, even for me personally, when I was deciding to leave the business, that was the hardest thing. It wasn't about the business, it wasn't about being the manager or the products or anything in business. It was leaving my team and the strong bonds that I had with everyone, people that I've been, working with for over 10 years. And that's also what kept me there, right? What kept me within that business for 10 years, from 17 to 27, wasn't the business, it was actually my team.
In a lot of the employee surveys, the questions are framed as, how has the company made you happier? What has the company done or the organization done to facilitate your productivity and your experience? And I think building on the theme of ownership by everyone, for those questions to also shift to, what have you done to make yourself happier? Because at the end of the day, that ownership isn't only the organization's, it's everybody's. And so that's one thing I see missing in a lot of employee experience surveys that I would urge for the HR leaders out there to place in there.